What's up, guys? We are here at Gracie Orwell for another Open Mat podcast. I got Brad No Hips Bokovics here. Brad, finally got your lazy ass to roll a little bit, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Dude, I got worked over today.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know. My
Like-
timing's off. I'm old. My hips moving better, but
I felt like I had some success with you.
I know. I was trying something different too.
You might have to rethink your life.
I probably should.
So, guys, I'm sure everybody who's watching this probably watched UFC 229. What do you think? Probably?
I think I don't know what the pay-per-view buys are going to be, but I think everybody that's watching this has definitely seen the fights.
I think. What do you think? You think it hit 2 million?
What was Dana saying it was going to hit?
Dana was saying 3
Dana's
million.
fucking crazy.
There's no way it was going to hit 3 million.
They didn't do enough promotion until like the last week. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Let's see. I believe Pacquiao and Mayweather did 2.2 million, right?
I don't know. That's a shitload though.
But I think that's what they did, and I don't think it was that big. I think it's going to be around like 1.7 million. I don't think it'll hit 2. I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the place I went was packed.
Yeah, so maybe. So. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did 2 million. Everybody I knew was talking about it. Everybody on my Facebook feed was talking about it.
Yeah, we're all MMA, jiu-jitsu
But even
fans.
like a lot of my non-MMA Facebook friends were talking about it.
Yeah.
So, like, I expect all my MMA, all my jiu-jitsu guys. So, okay, we're going to talk about that, obviously. We're going to talk about Quintet 3. If you didn't watch that, you missed out on something awesome.
Yeah, I think Gordon submitted himself as the best no-gi grappler on the planet.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, I don't think you can argue.
Yeah, And we're going to talk about King of Mat 3. Alex Hody, he won that. We had a bunch of great matches there. It was awesome jiu-jitsu, high-level jiu-jitsu. We'll talk about that. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So we're going to get right into it.
You want to start off with Conor Khabib? Or?
I want to say that I'm pissed about the end of the match because the entire card
ridiculous
was so awesome, and it takes away from how that was the best UFC pay-per-view.
We're not talking about the fight. We're talking about the brawl after.
Yeah, like the entire card from early prelims to main card to main event, co-main event was awesome.
Yeah, is the best card I've seen in a long time.
Best card top to bottom.
I mean, it wasn't a stacked card. I don't think it was stacked.
No, I
but
thought,
all the fights delivered. Yeah. Even though like the Shlemenko and fight was terrible till the very end.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Yeah, I might have zoned out on that one.
Trust me, it was not a good fight till the end.
And that's what I think the UFC did a really good job setting up the fight. They put huge main event, great co-main event, which I'm assuming they made just in case backup plan. That's the way I
heard that what's the dude? Oh, I always forget his
Motown.
Yeah,
Kevin
he
Lee?
was the backup plan.
Yeah, but I thought maybe like if
they have two guys
if
in
shit hit
weight,
the fan, you know what I mean? Like they still had the 155 title. Somebody out of those four, if you know what I mean, if something weird happened, and
which Tony's still walking around with fucking sunglasses indoors.
Yeah, dude,
he was doing moonwalk shit with a suit on the mats like indoors. My buddy's like, he doesn't know who he is. He's like, now I'm rooting against him. He's just a strange cat,
dude,
man.
He's a strange dude.
He is his own man.
He beats to his own drum. He's just definitely one of those dudes. And there's a lot of guys like that in MMA, and we probably know we know a couple of them. So nothing wrong with that. So where do you want to start with? Do you want to start with that?
Yeah, let's just start with Conor.
So I think we talked about it, and I think we both pretty much felt the same way. We thought Khabib was going to do what he wanted to do. And we thought that the only really chance Conor had to win was to land and knock him out quick. And the longer the fight went, the better it was for Khabib. I think that's pretty much what we said, right?
It is, but it didn't happen quite like that.
So that being said,
I think Conor's jiu-jitsu has improved immensely. I didn't expect that.
That's like that. So that being said, like obviously I'm going to say me and Brad were right. What we thought was going to happen.
Overall, yeah.
But both of us as guys who really, I don't think either one of us we don't love Conor or hate him. I think we're kind of just indifferent about him completely. I wouldn't say we like.
I mean, I like him, but I've rooted against him plenty of times.
Yeah, I
you
think,
know.
Like I like Connor. I don't like him. Some of the stuff he does. We're not guys who are in love with Connor. We know some of those guys, right?
Yeah, we know a few of them.
Stafford.
Stafford.
But
younger generation though too, man.
And a lot of the younger
young,
guys, a lot of the young
fighter guys, they're really.
So there were a lot of people
Connor.
who they 100% believed Connor was going to win, and there was nothing Khabib could do, which blew my mind.
Yeah, they had blindfolders on or something, man.
And there's a lot of people who hate Connor so much that they said Khabib's going to smash him, and look what happened. So I think
I honestly thought he was going to smash him a lot easier.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be much easier.
I think anybody that thought that thought.
So for all those people who are saying, "Oh man, what do Connor's fans do now? What does Connor do now?" Connor impressed me, to be honest. I was impressed.
Dude, his jiu-jitsu blew me away. It wasn't his wrestling. I know, dude. If you defend a shot from freaking Khabib, it's amazing, right?
And look how long he defended that first single leg. That was when they were both fresh and dry.
Yeah, and he took a lot less damage in the first round than I thought he was gonna take.
Like what I think what people don't understand with Khabib, and the reason he's so vicious, is his ground game is so good that he's able to, as he's dominating you on the ground, he's able to still open up and strike. And Connor stifled that, although he wasn't,
And he doesn't just lay in guard.
Yeah.
He's going to pass your guard. He's not a guy that's just going to lay there and ground upon you.
Yeah.
You notice when he was in full guard, he got his hips up and just started punching. And he looked for passes. If you open your guard, you look for a pass.
And so if you didn't watch the fight, guys, first round, Khabib immediately shoots for that low single, which he always does, But he does it in a way that keeps him pretty safe. He almost gets his forehead completely on the mat. And I was like, oh shit, that's it. This is gonna be quick. And Connor defended that single for a long time. And I was actually
he had a hold of the opposite foot.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I was like, you just gotta be pushing on the head. He wasn't pushing on the head. The minute he started pushing on the head, that's when Khabib was just used to that defense. Yeah. And he went right to his next thing.
And then he got him against the cage, and it was kind of.
And that's what he does.
But Connor kept himself safe. He was. We haven't seen anybody really get out of that little mountain pinch that he does there.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody actually defend this well against Connor. Khabib. Nobody.
Yeah. And so, like, for people who were saying Connor was terrible, dude, like nobody's done that.
Nobody.
But we were talking too. I'm trying to figure out who's the best grappler that Khabib has faced. Where he, that's something that.
What, he did face Dos Anjos, who's a black belt.
Oh yeah, that's true. So.
But he's way bigger than Dos Anjos, right? Is that the case? I would think so. Dos Anjos kind of beefed up now.
No, because remember, Dos Anjos, didn't he fight at welterweight for a match or two? Or what?
I don't know, but he did dominate Dos Anjos pretty bad. So that was before Dos Anjos went on the run, though, too.
Yeah. So but still, we just haven't seen anybody, defend like that. I think what Connor got in the most trouble, and obviously it's probably because Khabib's used to it, is he was doing a really good job when he was framing.
Yeah.
Every time he wrapped around to like maybe show a guillotine, he immediately got. Yeah,
he wasn't scared. No.
That was the worst. I think that was the only real fundamental mistake that he was using. You're not gonna be able to grab Khabib's head and get enough pressure backwards, moving him backwards to get your hips out and keep it. So as soon as you grab his head, you're actually doing what Khabib wants you to do.
Every time he got it mounted, I was like, oh, this is over. And then he would shrimp back and get his guard back. I was like, wow, there's a lot to be learned there, man. He freaking really studied well. He definitely worked on his jiu-jitsu, so I'm impressed. And I think, honestly, I was talking to you earlier, I think he can actually make more adjustments. I think he can win a rematch. You don't think he can close that gap?
Yeah, that's what we were talking. Okay, so if there's a rematch, which I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think that's eventually going to, if the UFC has their way, that's going to happen. If it goes the UFC's way. But if there's a rematch, you think that Conor has shown so much growth from when he lost that first match to Nate Diaz, then came back and, arguably in.
Well, not so much Diaz. I think he showed the growth. So when he fought, what's the little wrestler dude that just came back from Alpha Male?
Mendes?
Yeah, when he fought Mendes, I mean, he got tooled up on the ground, right?
Yeah, and then he just happened to catch him on the feet.
Yeah. And now he just saw a new level. And I think his biggest problem, his biggest enemy is his cardio. That's all. Man, because Khabib was tired in that third round.
Yeah.
Was it the third round? He didn't look like he wanted to shoot. He just wanted to kind of like buy time and wait on the outside.
I think that's what I think you could argue Conor won the third round. I think there's a fair argument that Conor won the third. I don't know how they.
I think he just dedicated so much time to grappling. His striking kind of fell off. Like he could not find the timing and the range.
And plus, like after defending those positions for 2 rounds, you're gonna be a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But you could argue, like I said, you can argue that Conor won that third round, and that makes it. Did maybe Khabib kind of give the third round to get some energy back so he could really, go
I think he did try to, like,
pace himself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, remember, Khabib, when he usually gets somebody down, he dominates the positions. No one recovers guard on him. No one gets back up.
Yeah.
He usually just beats the crap out of him.
Yeah.
He Khabib's him,
And that's, like I said, you think that seeing all that growth for Conor shows that in a year from now, 2 years from now, if they have
that's probably what it's going to be, 1.5 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That they could.
I think he can come back, and I think he could win.
I still think it'd be the same. I agree that Conor can close the gap. I just don't think he can close. I don't think he can still get better. I think the same thing will happen. I think it'll just be more of a war.
Because I don't think Khabib's getting better. I think Khabib's going to be what Khabib is.
I'm interested to see. Yeah.
He did land that big overhand right, though, right?
That was kind of cool.
That was pretty sick. I just don't think Conor thought that was going to happen. Like
he
wasn't going to. And then he started kind of getting a punching exchange. Oh, I'm like, this is Conor's world. Don't do it. So
I mean, Khabib could get better on the feet. I
don't think so. I think Conor. He had the right strategy to press forward. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just to press forward and try, but he couldn't find his range at all, like at all.
Yeah.
Where he could start hitting him,
and I think it's because he spent so much that first takedown was so quick.
I also think he should be throwing like more head kicks.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good idea.
Because when he's trying to run away, his head's straight up in the air and he's just blocking.
Yeah.
And Conor's not like he throws kicks, but come on, he's not a powerful kicker. He needs to work those head kicks a little bit. Not body kicks, because he'll just get taken down.
And I think if you're a Conor fan, if you're like, man, what does Conor do now? I think actually this loss and then what happened afterwards, like, because Conor never needs to fight again now. He's probably gonna make.
He didn't have to fight before anyway.
Yeah, he made so much money in his last fight, a boxing fight, and now with this, dude, he's set for life. Everybody in his family's set for life.
I think he'll come back, though.
But now,
if he would have won, I think he would have retired.
Yeah. Now I think, dude, he's going to want to get that back. And
he did the best. I think he got the UFC got the best.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if they would have won, he'd been a mega star. He'd been like a huge, but they're not going to get another fight then. Now they're going to get another fight.
Now it's okay. So let's talk about what happened after the fight, which just stupid. Khabib, it's just the dumbest thing he could have done. It's just.
But how crazy was that? Like jump kick off the
freaking
thing.
You seen some of the memes already? Oh my gosh!
He went straight parkour up that freaking cage and jump kick. He would karate kid off the freaking thing.
So for those guys who are kind of like justifying Khabib in his actions, I totally get where Khabib's mind's at. I totally get that what Conor did went beyond promoting a fight. I get all that. I do. I totally like.
Yeah, I mean, Conor was trying to get in his head, but I guess Conor did say when he was getting his ass kicked, it's all business.
Yeah,
I heard,
and and that's Chael, when Chael would talk like that, like Chael puts on this persona, this character, but from everything I've heard about Chael, behind the scenes, he's like legitimately the nicest dude in the world. He
just knows how to make money. That's how he's going to make money.
Yeah, he's just selling a fight. So when he would say those things, he'd be like, "Guys, it's just business, man. I'm just trying to sell this fight." And I think Conor feels the same way.
Only Khabib doesn't play games.
Khabib.
He quit school because of recess, man. He's a freaking beast.
Yeah,
he's gangster.
Yeah, they don't the stuff that Conor said crossed that line, and Khabib was.
Well, it's something Dennis must have said too.
Oh yeah, I mean it was.
Dennis kind of made a name for himself right there. Yeah. He's gonna make more money now. He's he's had 2 fights, 1 fight.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna know his name.
And that's why I'm like, Khabib, you made a poor decision based on your emotions, and that did it hurt you and everybody that you care about instead, and helped everybody. You just helped out all those dudes who you hate. You just gave them all buckets of money.
The dude, so the 2 dudes that jumped Conor, Dana said, well, they were under contract. It's like they will never fight here.
Yeah, of course. And you know what?
Never.
And you know what? I'm not even mad about that. And I know some people have posted how
you jumping in a cage, attacking a guy that just fought 4 rounds and been punched in the head a bunch. It's not good, man.
Yeah, and people are saying, well, Bellator, Conor did something similar in Bellator, so what? It's a
he's crazy. Well,
okay, well,
both is a bad idea.
So 2 wrongs don't make it right. You know, Dana and the UFC are supposed to be setting the standard. So they have no. Yeah, I guess they could have said, I'm gonna fine you for whatever happened in Bellator, but that's really Bellator's thing, where they should have made something out of it. And then people are talking about how Conor started it by throwing a dolly and blah 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 blah. Conor got arrested for that.
Yeah.
You know, and
he lost millions.
I completely disagree. How he got in pretty much zero
out of it. Yeah.
But you know, that's a hey, I'm a rich dude. You know, that's what happens to rich people. Like, I've never been rich, so I'm not even. Conor got arrested. He had to go and he's getting sued by people right now. So that's happening. But like Khabib, dude, like, and the UFC is probably not too upset, because I think, and this is what I think is going to happen. I have no idea if I'm right or wrong. This is just totally me guessing. It's not like I have any sweet sources, but I think that the UFC, I think the Nevada is going to suspend him for at least a year, maybe 2.
Oh yeah.
What happened with
they're going to fine him too.
What happened with Strike Force? Wasn't it a year that the Diaz boys got?
I don't remember.
I think it was a year.
It will be a year.
And I think it was $250,000.
I mean, I don't think what Josh Thompson was saying on what podcast it was. He was like, Khabib might not even fight again if he wins this.
Oh, really?
He lives at home, bro. He lives it with his mom and dad.
So he might just want to be.
He might just walk away.
And that's
unless he gets the GSP fight. That's what they said. But I look, what's going to be more money? Conor. They're going to get the Conor fight.
Oh yeah. So I think what I think is going to happen is, I think that Nevada's going to suspend him for a year. So UFC is going to strip him of the title, because he's not going to be able to defend it for the whole year, which the UFC likes to pick and choose when they strip guys and when they don't, to benefit them. That's their right, whatever. Then I think Conor and Tony Ferguson are going to fight for the new lightweight title.
Wait, you think Conor versus Ferguson is going to happen?
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Then they'll set it up: champion versus champion.
Champ versus champ.
Yeah.
Khabib coming back from suspension, trying to get his title back because he had lost it, kind of like they did with John Jones in DC.
Man, he doesn't want to see Ferguson on. He could starch Ferguson.
No, that's what. So
Ferguson can walk anybody down. He just out cardios people.
But and that's where we talk about the Ferguson match, where Ferguson Conor is an interesting match, because 7 out of 10 times Ferguson is going to beat the brakes off of Conor, because he's just better everywhere.
But he's open to getting hit.
He's also nuts.
Like, if he got tagged, like the way Pettis tagged him, if Conor hits him, he's going down. He's not getting back up.
That's the thing and that happens in every fight. He seems to almost every fight he seems to get dropped, because he just goes kind of bananas and pajamas and says, I'm just as it doesn't matter. I'm going to give it. I love getting hit too.
Yeah. It's not I don't think it's
So although I think there's a really good chance that Ferguson just mauls Conor, you know, one, it's going to be a huge fight. It's going to it's gonna sell Ferguson because he's a character to himself.
He's a strange cat, man.
He's a strange dude, man. And I think if the UFC is like, man, there's a good shot Conor can win this fight, and if Conor happens to win this fight, dude.
I don't know if they'll risk it though, and I don't know the Conor's going to want to fight right away. So
that's true.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be up to Conor. But I don't know if the UFC wants to risk you know how big the Khabib Conor rematch would be. They could build that for this entire time.
Yeah, you think they'll go a straight rematch?
Yep, I think that's what they're going to try to do.
They're
not going to risk it.
And like guys like us don't want to watch that, but
yeah.
But I think.
But you know what's awesome?
The common fan will eat that up.
If Chael Sonnen do this for me,
get
a hold of Khabib, get a hold of Danis. Let's get a grappling match going.
I agree. I would pay to see that.
Dude, it'd be sick.
Khabib Danis grappling only match.
They're probably close to the same size.
How do you get that? How do you get that to be a nod? How do you get that them not throwing punches?
Look, they've done some wild stuff with Submission Underground, right? They've done tag teams and all kinds of crazy shit. Why not? I know. I'm afraid that.
How are you going to get those guys agree to not throw?
Well, trust me, Danis is going to agree. He doesn't want to throw strikes with Khabib.
Right, but how are you going to get Khabib to stop from punching?
That's a good question. You have to bring DC. He has to be in his corner. It has to be because DC and Rockhold, they talked him out of getting the belt strapped on him. You know that, right?
Yeah. It was good.
You're gonna have those two guys there. The police, the Khabib gangster.
Yeah.
Tell him don't bring any of his friends with him.
That's what you're gonna have to say. You're gonna say you can't bring anybody.
You can't bring them.
I mean, that'd be cool if they can make it work. That'd be.
I think it'd be sick. I think Danis wins. Because it's grappling.
Yeah,
but
grappling.
Obviously in a fight he'd get murdered.
But I'd still, dude, man.
I'd love to see it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Khabib won, though.
Me neither.
We should probably do King of the Mat rules, man.
Yes, I think it should. No, it is. That's what they do.
Oh, cool.
They don't do slams, but they should allow slams.
Yeah,
it'd be sick. Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, guys. I think we talked out UFC, the main event. Let's go to the co-main event, man. Since we just talked about Ferguson, if you didn't watch Ferguson, Sergio Pettis, man, you missed a fun, entertaining.
Salty Pettis had his hand broken.
Yeah,
man.
and you know what? I am mad props out for Rufus for stepping in and stopping that fight.
Yeah, because Pettis would have stepped in. He would have kept going.
Pettis, and you could tell Pettis didn't want to keep on going. And I agree. I wouldn't know. Like that was the only tool he had that was working.
Yeah,
and it was gone.
And he was doing more damage, though. Honestly, if you look at it, you're like, oh, well, he's all bloody. But he was landing the harder shots. I mean, he landed the knockout shot.
Yeah, he landed the knockout shot.
But he just can't take it like freaking Ferguson can take it, man.
Yeah, and Ferguson's elbows were beautiful, man. Ferguson had...
Did you see the replay? It was awesome. You could see the elbow clip him and cut him.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He brought those angles from different directions.
He's just wild.
He's nuts.
He's wild, dude.
And he switches stances so much, but he's so fluent in that switch, and he's so good at moving forward. Ferguson might be the overall most skilled guy in every different category that I've seen. That is saying like his boxing alone. If he just decided to box with somebody, his boxing technical skill is amazing, right? I
mean, what he did to Dos Anjos.
Yeah.
When he actually decided to fight technical.
Yeah.
He's awesome. But then when he decides not to, it's like just there's a chance in there for anybody to crack him.
You see those kicks and the bows, which means his Muay Thai's nuts. He was either an All-American or he's a national champ in Division II college. Yeah. So his wrestling's insane. And his jiu-jitsu, that might be the...
He could darts just about anybody.
His rolling into leg locks and heel hooks.
Yeah, he's wild, man.
I
was worried he was going to hurt his knee again. I was at a bar, I couldn't hear sound, and I thought he had blown his knee out. Because when he was like on his knees, like crying, I thought he blew his knee out or something.
Oh, no, yeah.
Because he came back after 5 months. It was supposed to be a year.
Yeah, a year before you even start training.
Yeah, that dude's a savage.
Like, guys, like our buddy Nikolai just had that same surgery, and I think Nikolai's tear wasn't as bad as I think Ferguson's was completely off the bone.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Don't wear sunglasses indoors.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But so Nikolai said after 6 months he couldn't even begin to pivot.
Man,
Ferguson started training full time again after 6 months. Within a year, like Cruz during the commentary was almost in like shock and almost couldn't even talk when he realized when like they told him like no, he just had this surgery a year ago. I think Cruz thought that he'd been like rehabbing
Yeah,
for like
because Cruz had a bunch of knee problems.
yeah, Cruz was like wow, wow, and he didn't go through. He did his own physical therapy and rehab. He didn't go through like he just
Really?
yeah, he didn't.
He did. He's wild, dude.
Yeah, he's
You know, he builds all his own
Yeah.
like workout equipment and shit. He's a freaking maniac.
he's crazy, man. So he's entertaining. I wish he would be a little bit less crazy because that's
Yeah.
when he gets clipped. I think
He's
that
fun to watch fight, though.
yeah, he's super. I think he's the best when he's going technical. When he just
Yeah.
decides to go technique for technique, he's
Yeah, if he
amazing.
decides to go technical, he's gonna be hard as shit to beat.
But then
for
when
anybody.
he goes crazy, he just gets clipped. So
But how cool was the Pettis trying to do like cartwheel kick, and he freaking Pettis like I don't know what you call it, like the Pettis kick. Well, he
Yeah.
did like a Pettis punch to him like a couple times, like
twice.
3 times.
Twice.
Yeah, 2 times.
I think I thought. I mean, it was fun,
That was
man.
so cool.
It was.
And
a
I think
fun
those
fight.
dudes actually had fun in that fight. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
look at them. It's like I know they're getting hurt, but they look like a fun fight.
No, they were having fun. I do like how when Ferguson gets dropped, he does that roll. He just basically does like a backward somersault. That's what he kind of
Yeah.
like. I think that's one of the best techniques I've seen for guys to kind of get their bearings back. Edgar used to do that all the time whenever he'd get dropped. I think if you remember the one Gray Maynard fight where he got like
Knocked
dropped
down like 5 times
Yeah.
or some crazy
every
shit.
time he would take that punch and he would just let it.
Which he got, oh man,
Yeah.
he got lit up on this card.
Oh, Maynard.
Yeah, I mean he's a terrible matchup versus
yeah,
Lance.
that's sad.
Like you didn't, the UFC did him no favors.
Yeah, and I think Maynard he's got it. Did you say he's done yet?
I hope so.
But you know these guys, some of these guys, they even when they're just because they're done in the UFC, a lot of these they're going to the bare knuckle thing.
Well, he could do combat jujitsu.
Yeah, something. I'd like him to see.
I heard that got a bunch of freaking pay-per-views. That's what Tim was saying today.
Oh, sweet.
So I know the pay-per-view is probably like $20, but they get a shitload of pay-per-view. The pay-per-views plus whoever is watching on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
So that means Eddie's doing something right.
Yeah, good job, Eddie. I mean, yeah, heck yeah. What else? Lewis and how do you say the other guy's name?
Volkov?
Volkov.
I believe that's his name.
So I was asking you if you could remember any other comeback like that, and I can only think of 2 that were even close, and none of them were even close. So if you guys didn't watch that fight, Lewis was getting just I think they're worried he broke his. Did he end up breaking his orbital bone in the first round?
I'm not sure. He was getting punished though.
He
in
was
like the first round.
There's a couple times that could have been stopped. I don't think anybody would have been upset about it.
Yeah.
So he's just getting murdered in the first, murdered in the second. Pretty much the whole third, he's just getting kind of walked down. You could tell that every time Volkanov would go in for the finish, Lewis would have like one shot that he'd try to throw in there. He'd be taking that at.
And I think that's why Volkov wasn't trying to finish him at some
So
point. He felt the power. He's like, oh, this guy's got power.
Shoot, he knocked out his mouthpiece, and Volkanov didn't even know it was his mouthpiece. That's how hard he hit him. He still. He's like, what do you? He tried to give the mouthpiece back to Lewis, his own mouthpiece.
Yeah, I was wondering what that confusion was about.
So that's how hard he hits, and there was like 20 seconds left. Dropped him, finished him.
You
Wow.
know, it was like I watched a lot of boxing as a kid, so it was kind of like old school boxing. You hit them in the guys that move their head a lot.
Yeah.
Jab them in the chest so they can't move their head. You knock them off balance and you punch them in the face, and that's what he did. He jabbed them in the chest. It might not have been intentional. But
Yeah.
He jabbed him in the chest and kind of moved them backwards so he couldn't move his feet, and then he caught him with that right hand.
Yeah.
I think Josh Barnett called it the launcher or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you got
So the only things I could think close to that in MMA would be I was thinking Mike Russo and Todd Duffy.
What was the dude that got hit in the body and then just dropped the dude with the overhand right as he was coming in to finish him? Remember that? He got hit in the liver and he was like bent over. I call him duck feet because he walked like a freaking duck.
I can't remember.
He had power though. Scott Smith.
Okay, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He was bent over, boom, hit him with that right hand as he came in.
But when Russo Duffy, I was at the beginning of the third round, so like, this wasn't kind of, and then I guess we could bring up Anderson and Chael.
That one's pretty
where, but that was a submission, so it's not necessarily the same thing, but still, it was a huge comeback.
Oh no. Misha Tate versus Holly.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So a good one. We had a couple. I still think this is but that was on like 10 seconds left, man. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And you could tell like they were letting it go. Like it could have been stopped a couple seconds earlier than it was. They were trying to let that guy get his win.
Yeah.
So, what else? What else was on the main card?
Watterson versus.
Was that on the main card?
Yeah, that was on the main card, wasn't it? Watterson versus Felice Herring.
Oh yeah.
Felice just, to me, she's like strong and she's good at grappling.
Yeah.
But it's like her stand up just, I mean, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, I don't think it just progressed as much as I thought it would have.
Yeah, I think she's being that muscular. She just has like slow.
I think that's
twitch.
true. I think some guys when you see some really strong muscular guys, they're kind of robotic in their stand up. And
Well, I think for a woman to get that big, she's got to be lifting a lot of weights.
Yeah.
Spend too much time in the weight room, not enough in the skill.
And you do lose some flexibility when you get that much bulk on you too. So, Dominic Reyes, man, what do you think of him?
Oh, who did he beat?
St. Preux.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. I bet on that fight and I lost.
Dude.
St. Preux came in way too big. Does he not look way too big? He looks way slower. Way slower than he used to be. And how bad is his wrestling? So he had the legs folded, right?
Yeah.
What do? You went up to the hips.
Yeah, it was
like the strong part. I'm like, dude, his wrestling looks terrible here.
But Reyes,
he looked awesome. But honestly, I think a lot of it was just St. Preux's gone backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how. Did he switch camps or something?
I don't know. He took him down once, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think he got hurt so bad in that first round.
Oh, it could be.
I think he had a little bit of fear of getting hit again. You could see in that second round he was really hesitant, and then Reyes has never went in the UFC went longer than a round. So I think Reyes had a little bit of adrenaline dump, and that's what he was trying to keep. He was trying to keep that lower the pace because I think he was just kind of tensing up and stuff like that. But Reyes looks so fluid on his feet. Like if he could figure out how to keep a pace like similar to that in the first round throughout 3 rounds, dude, the way he was tying his techniques together and stuff like that, he looked crisp. I mean, it was just really impressive. He's gonna be tough for anybody at 205. Anybody.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Who else was on the main card? Pettis' little brother did not do well, man.
Yeah, and Juicy or Formiga. I mean,
Formiga played the right game plan. Dude, he would he'd make the stand up pretty even and then just get a takedown every round.
Yeah, and I think with Formiga, that's kind of his style. I think stylistically, I think that was a tough match for Sergio.
Yeah. I bet on that one too. Formiga's not a big underdog, slight underdog.
Oh, really? I would have. That's actually surprising.
He was a slight underdog. Remember, some of this is about hype.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah, I would have taken Formiga as a very, very live dog there.
Yeah.
And I thought Pettis was a live dog, and I think he showed us why. I just think.
Yeah, I took so I went 2 for 2. I went Pettis, Watterson, and then I took St. Preux because I thought he was gonna be a little bit faster. I honestly thought he'd be faster, but
man, Reyes is fast.
He's fast. And then I took Pettis because he was like a 3-1 dog.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, well, maybe I'll chop his legs out.
We already talked about. We said Nick Lentz lost Gray Maynard. Or Nick Lentz beat Gray Maynard and with that head kick that we just and then
that was bad.
LaFleur, man, at one time I thought
see that fight actually.
I thought LaFleur was gonna look for a while. When LaFleur first came in the UFC, I thought he was gonna be something good. Like he really impressed me when he first got into the UFC, and he's really kind of had some has not looked that great since then. I mean, he's LaFleur he looked okay against Damian Maia and stuff, but when he first came in,
when Damian Maia just gave him a jiu-jitsu clinic, son.
Yeah,
you see the passes that he was doing, so he'd try to elevate him with a butterfly sweep, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Maia would flatten his body out and just slice through that elevator and end up in half guard and just smash him. But it was really slick. I've been trying to mimic that lately.
Yeah.
I think that's it for that.
Nothing
card.
I mean, but like I said, overall, man, great card. I think it's the best UFC card I can remember watching.
fight. Yeah, maybe not stacked wise, but fight wise.
Fight to fight.
Great.
The main
freaking
event
card.
living up. Co-main event was great. Besides the crap at the end, I really wish it's a frustrating.
I think it's gonna make the rematch bigger though.
Yeah,
the rematch is gonna be huge.
Yeah, like how
UFC is gonna say they don't like it, but
yeah, Dana White's all upset.
they're gonna
blah,
use
blah,
it.
Blah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You have to use it at this point.
Yeah, you're gonna use it. Like, yeah, people are like, oh, Dana White, they like set it up for the bus incident. I don't think that's true at all. But of course they're gonna use it. Like,
I don't blame them.
Like, that's gonna happen. So, we had Quintet 3 over the weekend too. Friday night. That was awesome.
And we got all the matches we wanted at Quintet.
Dude, that was
I think every match I wanted to see happened.
I think Quintet is awesome.
Yeah.
So, guys, you don't know, Quintet's like team grappling. So you have a group of 5 because it's Quintet means a group of 5.
Right. I taught you that.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah. You're a little bit slow, guys.
Stupid.
The math teacher.
I'm so dumb. You're
retarded.
I can't believe I feel really stupid.
I mean, dude, I'm not very smart. Even I know that.
I know. I'm dumb. I can't even believe it. But they have a certain weight, and Team Polaris
like
was Team Alpha Male.
800 pounds. Yeah. I wish the teams were actually teams, like I've said before.
Well, like
not just the best grapplers you can find.
Yeah, I don't like how
doesn't make it exciting. Hell yeah! Now Polaris was all guys that have competed in Polaris.
Yeah, so I get
that.
I get the Polaris team, and I get the what was that?
The Japanese team.
Yeah, those guys.
I don't know what they were called.
Don't they all live in Japan?
Yeah, and Josh.
I mean, Barnett's like basically
a bunch
Barnett's
of
basically
times.
been adopted Japanese.
Yeah.
So I get that, and what was the other one? Oh, and then 10th Planet. Yeah, they're all 10th Planet guys.
There was a Polaris one that was, not the Polaris one, but
the
Alpha Male was
one.
not all Alpha Male.
Yeah, it was like
just kind of bust in freaking.
It was like Uriah Faber was like, I need to get some. Like you said, they don't have too many little guys or too many big guys. So
we saw Sakuraba do, I thought, pretty well against Faber. I mean, Faber was trying to get the finish, and Sak defended. And hey, he's 50 freaking years old.
I thought it was really entertaining. I thought Sakuraba Faber was super entertaining. I thought we saw the size difference, and I thought we saw Faber really going for it, really going for it. So, what would we saw, and then. I mean, I guess what else are we going to talk about in Quintet? We're going to talk about anybody besides Gordon Ryan, or was it? Can we just call it the Gordon Ryan show?
It was the Gordon Ryan show.
Quintet 3, the Gordon Ryan show. He
cemented himself as the best no-gi grappler, I think. Look, I thought Josh Barnett was going to do well because I was like, man, he's going to have a hard time sweeping him, moving him. He's not going to take Josh down, right? So, but he swept him right away with the butterfly sweep, got on top. Got the mount. He basically followed the same game plan with most of these guys. You get on top to mount, isolate it, arm, go for head and arm, and then Josh bucked up and he triangled him. Mm-hmm. Who else did he? Craig Jones did the exact same thing. Craig Jones got mount, isolated that arm. I don't remember exactly how he finished Craig, but same thing to him. He actually had a little trouble with some of the Brazilian dudes. Shaolin did well, even he's a little bit smaller. Shaolin's real smart. I watching him. If he'd make a mistake, he wouldn't make the same one twice. He's pretty smart, man. Who was the other Brazilian dude that he went against that did really well against him?
Was it Souza? No.
I don't remember.
Hold on.
But that was a good match too. But he just was dominating people. He even looks bigger, like even bigger.
Yeah, he looked.
He's jacked. And dude, his wrestling has even improved. He's hitting that.
Craig R., you want the draw with Craig or Gracie? Is that what you're talking about?
Do you have a draw with Gregor?
So it says. That's what it says. Gordon Ryan draws with Craig or Gracie.
You know what's interesting? They didn't talk about it, but they both train out of Henzo Gracie's.
Yeah.
So they've rolled a bunch of times. And how about Gio submitting Gregor?
Yeah, I mean, I know Gregor was
slick.
I know Gregor was tired and stuff, but
yeah, that's one thing. You'll get tired. You can't. If you lose a match, because after you win a match, you're going to be tired in that second match. Dude.
Yeah.
It's like a tournament that you didn't have a break and the next guy's fresh.
Yeah, the next guy's fresh. So
you're going to lose. But Gio is still amazing work.
Yeah. And then right after that, Craig Jones caught Gio with that ankle lock. That was crazy.
No, he caught his brother with that.
Oh,
ankle
that was.
lock.
Oh yeah.
It's like a De La Hiva footlock.
And that was it. Because the only thing I don't like about quintet is the no heel hooks, because I just think that changes some of the stuff.
Yeah, I wish they would allow heel hooks.
But
But
they
then
are
again, you get heel hooked, you're not going to be able to compete in the next match.
Yeah, so I see why. I get it. But they are serious about that stalling, man.
They don't mess around.
They don't play
you
at all.
Stall, boom, warnings.
Yeah, it was.
I'm trying to think what else happened.
The knee bar that
Gregor hit.
Yeah, on PJ Barge.
Oh yeah, dude.
PJ actually really impressed me for a while.
He's gotten way better, dude. Off his back, he looked awesome.
Off his back, he looked really.
He's
really
a wrestler. Good. I know he's 10th Planet guy.
Yeah, and he looked really good off his back. But that knee bar that Gregor hit was really nice. So
yeah, it was like a double. He had both legs, and then he just knee barred one leg, but he had both of them.
So
what else with that? Anything else was on there? It was spectacular. Oh, Nicky Ryan doing what Nicky Ryan does.
Nicky Ryan, wow, he is 17. Took on Hideo Takoro.
Who's 40, but still, he's pretty athletic for 40.
Yeah,
man.
And he just went right through him.
Yeah, I mean,
that was
if Gordon's not going to be the best, it's going to be his brother.
Yeah, and
go steal some of that Danaher water.
Yeah, we got whatever's in the water over there. We're gonna go get some.
I just came for the water fountain.
Just came for the water. But Gordon said he wants to go into MMA, so it's interesting.
Is that what he said?
That's what he's saying. He said he thinks he'll be the best MMA fighter in the planet by 2030. Is what he said on Facebook.
2030.
I think that's what by the time.
Well, he probably wants to go win Gi Worlds, right? Then he wants to win Gi Worlds,
and then spend the next 10 years fighting. He thinks he'll be the
dude.
That'd be crazy, man.
I mean, we're looking at one of the best of all time if he does that. He won ADCC. I like how he's doing it. Dude, he just went right down the line. It's like he won EBI, he won ADCC. He's going to try to win Gi Worlds, and then he's going to freaking try to do Gi Worlds, and then he's going MMA. I mean, dude.
Yeah. It's just,
if he could stay healthy.
Yeah, that's
he has a good chance.
So.
He's huge. I don't know what weight class he's going to fight at. I hope not heavyweight.
I think he said that's what he's trying to figure out. He wants to be
takedowns better, get better at heavyweight.
He wants to be I don't know. I mean, look how good DCA did against being the small heavyweight for a while.
Yeah, but DC is also a freaking Olympic level wrestler, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes just being quicker. I don't know.
True.
I think at heavyweight, getting those guys throwing those lunch boxes around, and you could always get caught.
Yeah, I think he'd have to do 205.
I think 205. But, well, I guess we'll have to see. So quintet, man, but I thought overall was a great event. I was super
one of the
happy
most
with
exciting grappling cards I've seen.
We had, we had fun watching it. We were just watching on a little phone. It was fun.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we'll put that podcast out or not. But
yeah.
We might. We did a little quintet companion for whatever recorded on it. And then pretty much finish up. We just had King of the Mat 3. That was awesome. I was super pumped up about that. What do you think?
Oh man, some of the submissions landed in this. We'll play some of the highlights.
Yeah, we're gonna. We are allowed to play the highlights for that. I think without worrying about getting in trouble.
Hody was.
So Alex Hody, dude from Detroit Jiu-Jitsu. I got to talk with him at the end a little bit. So guys, if you have not got a chance to go out and watch King of the Mat 3, go check out the King of the Mat Grappling Facebook page. It was awesome. It was great. If you go about 58 minutes in, you get to see me get beat. So
yeah,
I did lose.
It's terrible. You did a terrible job, Cody Lewis.
It wasn't great, but it was fun, guys. So if you don't know, King of the Mat 3 was 155 and under, which no purple belt and above. Even though I think we had one blue belt filling in at the last minute.
Yeah,
or two.
He's a beast, though.
I mean, he was a stud. He was an NCD. He was a Division II wrestler at Notre Dame College, and he did really good too. And he
very physical, man.
Very physical dude. So
there were
Alex Hody won. He won in the finals against Merlin Ramos. So Ramos is a Ricardo Almeida brown belt. and he looked super impressive the entire
I
day.
think Cody got his black belt, right?
Hody got his black belt right after this. Hody had 2 sweet arm bars. The arm bar he had,
They were similar.
yeah, very similar. We're gonna show, we're gonna show an arm bar that Matt Schaefer had that's kind of similar. We have a little clip of that, but
In the super fights, we had Emil.
yeah, and Emil Hightower wasn't as entertaining as any the hype did not live up to the hype was much bigger than the fight.
I mean,
that one.
the guy's knees
The guy just wouldn't tap
are
to.
impressive.
Yeah, the guy's knees must be non-existent, but and I think Emil kind of fell in that trap where he just didn't adjust properly.
But he did win.
And
he came from behind.
Yeah.
In the overtime.
So the entertaining part about Emil's match and in Josh's match was that it came down to the 3rd overtime. So they do 3 overtimes, and our rule set, in case you didn't know, at King of the Mat, it's 10 minutes sub only. After 10 minutes, we do EBI, modified EBI rules overtime, where you start an EBI, start in either spiderweb or back control, and after 3 rounds, whoever has the quickest escape time wins. And Emil was down by a ton. If he didn't
like
hold
a
on,
full minute, right?
yeah, he had to hold on for at least a minute in this armbar position going to the 3rd overtime, but he submitted him and he won.
Yeah. Well, you said he knows the guy would just let his arm pop, so he wanted to make sure that he got the arm where he needed to actually, secure the submission, so the guy couldn't just let it pop and get out.
Yeah, and he did a really good job. Emil took the back twice, and that's why he took the back twice, because he's like, I think the guy would just let his arm pop, and he would let his arm break, and he'd escape with a broken arm. And so he took the back the first 2 times, and he got out pretty quick. And so he had to go armbar, and he made the right decision, so that was good.
He's training for a match, a fight to win for the title.
Yeah, it's in New Jersey. So.
Versus a guy he beat at Pans.
Yeah.
So. But they're going to allow heel hooks in this. So
that should be interesting.
It's a guy from Henzo Gracie's, I think.
Oh, that's going to be really. So that'd be something.
That should be pretty good.
And other super fight, Pablo and Tony it was everything we thought it would be. It was pretty good. 2 old school guys going at it. Tony's defense was really, really good until Pablo kind of
used some new school shit, right?
He kind of used some little bit of showmanship to get Tony to move a little bit more, because Tony's defense was just really, really tight. Is that what you think?
Yeah, he was just trying to get him to move.
Yeah, when if you guys watch it, Pablo there was nothing really opening up, so Pablo just kind of stepped on Tony instead of doing knee on, but kind of stood and was kind of floating around and stuff, kind of showing off a little bit. I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful. He was just trying to get Tony to move.
Yeah, and he wanted the upper body submissions. His last ditch. I knew he was going to go for leg locks towards the end, but I didn't see him set up. He's slicer. He was kind of setting up the back step pass or back step into it. I didn't see it happening when it was happening though.
But that's something I do. I do that a lot now. I've been using it. I think the last 2 months I've been kind of doing that a lot, where I start with that slicer and then I actually like going to the back step a lot, and I think that's something I attempted on Tony. Actually, I used to catch him on it, and he's seen it, so he started to defend it. But I think what happens, one, it's a little bit different seeing it on a different person.
Yeah, I think Pablo had his leg caught in a different way too.
And then
his other leg caught.
And then just your timing's going to be a little bit off compared when you're got all the lights on you and stuff like that. So.
But he did defend the heel hook.
Yeah, and then Pablo had to go to the toe hold.
So
I mean, good job, Pablo. It was a good match. It was entertaining. So it was fun. I thought it was fun. Schaefer tried to choke me for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you do what you do.
I just
don't get tapped with chokes.
He got me on a rear naked choke, but the guillotines.
Yeah.
There was one time I was at the corner. And it was when it first, it was towards the first one that when he went to that mounted guillotine, I almost thought about tapping for a second. I was like, man, and because I was embarrassed. And I started to tense up. And I would tell everybody my biggest thing when I work on when I defend a guillotine is staying calm and relaxed. I just think tensing up makes it easier to get choked. And I just remember kind of just embarrassed. I was like, man, I just embarrassed myself in front of all these people and everybody watching. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, so I was thinking about tapping, and then I heard Tony start to talk and coach me through defending and like stuff like that. And I was like, so I calmed down a little bit, and the choke wasn't as tight, and I just started defending. And then I did try a leg attack. I tried to.
Yeah, no, I thought you did pretty well.
I tried something.
I mean,
Schaefer's good, man. And
you were outgunned in a way. You know.
Schaefer's a black belt, and actually we're going to see a sweet armbar from Schaefer. So, guys, here's some of the highlights that we get to see. So this top one, this is John Burroughs, and he won this match. He was in overtime against this game. What's Devin's last name? I can't remember his last name.
You got me. I'm not.
I can't remember his last name, but dude, he was game.
He's tough.
And Burroughs kind of got some rough luck bracket wise.
Yeah, you got the big guys in the bracket.
Because Burroughs is one of the smaller guys in this, and he's more of a 145, right? Or smaller. He probably walks around at 45.
He's tall, but he's skinny.
Yeah, so he was giving up weight, and I know that
he wasn't cutting any weight.
Devin's a big guy. He wrestled in college, and he was cutting from like 165. So we're gonna see this, and it's gonna be kind of sweet. So this is in the overtime. So we do a lot of things. So he has the back boom slam, and he just
I knew he was hurt there, and he came out for the next match.
Yeah,
he could have said, "No, I'm good. Get his win, get out."
Yeah,
but he came out for the next match. That was impressive, man.
Yeah, it's let's look at that again. So look, we got the body triangle, and then we were talking about the this might this I because like you said, I don't think that it didn't cost him the match. Like Burroughs held on. If that was a fight or a super fight or something like that,
it would have been what? He had to go another match. That's the problem.
Yeah. So he won the match, but I think it hurt him, for the next one. And that's what it was. And this was his next match actually. So this is Sean Foster. Sean Foster, dude.
I mean, he was one of the biggest guys for sure.
Yeah, so like Sean Foster, another kid who cut a little bit of weight. He fights that has a title fight coming up, or actually I think it just got scrapped. I think this guy who was supposed to fight got hurt. He's supposed to have he's like 7. I don't know. He's like 7-1 as an amateur. He's right. He's
like a judo black belt.
Judo black belt.
It's impressive.
He looked really good against Mark Farrell, who took two smaller brown belt who took the fight on short notice. Came in and helped us out. But this is what happened in the. So this is what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, just crazy.
Yeah, he couldn't move that well.
His movement was on guys all the time, and that's just crazy. So, that was good. And then this is Schaefer. So this is the guy who, Schaefer's the guy who choked me, or tried to choke. You know what? When I was going against him, he was strong. I think he was one of the bigger guys too, right?
He wasn't as big as that last guy, but he's pretty big.
Because I mean,
he supposedly cut a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's what they were. That's what I was told. Which I didn't cut any weight. Even I was just kind of eating healthy. So it was interesting to think about how that affects it. Where these smaller guys, but this is Aldridge. Aldridge won in overtime against Plazak.
Yeah, he was looking impressive with the leg locks.
Yeah, his attacks were good, but Plazak, we know.
Yeah, he's hard to heel hook.
Yeah, Plazak's so hard to heel hook. We talked about that before. I think if he when he went against Plazak, I think he looked really good when he passed his guard. I just think he should have done that earlier. I think he
was playing his game, this leg lock.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of right into his wheelhouse. So, But this is nice, man. This was really nice. What happened here? So. I'll watch that again. What the hell?
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
But we just got this Khabib smash meme. That's pretty funny.
I love how they're
God.
Oh my gosh. That might be the best thing I've ever seen. So anyhow, I was trying to replay it. So guys, congrats to Alex Hody, man. You look great, and congrats that he got his black belt, man. That's like,
yeah, that's sick.
So good for him, man.
Seems like a nice guy.
Sweet belt,
Pretty awesome.
So, good job, man. But what else we got? What else we got to talk about? Anything else
I can think of? Oh, the Browns are tied up right now.
Brad is just he's so he doesn't even know how to act right now with the Browns. He's missing the Browns game.
They're in overtime, I think.
Another overtime game.
Yeah, they're they're deep in overtime.
I wanted them to draw last week. I wanted the Browns to draw last week because
Shut up.
Like, what's the most amount of draws that's ever happened in the
Don't ever say that again.
NFL season? Like, what is the most amount of draws?
I don't know.
Like, I think how funny it'd be if the Browns had like 4 draws.
Dude, they're scrapping it out with one of the best. The Ravens are 3-1, man.
So guys, I don't know what we got coming up. There's something coming up. I don't know what's coming up.
Well, we have the Absolute coming up, right?
Oh, Absolute. So yeah,
November.
actually, that's coming up in November, man. That's exciting. We already got some guys who've committed to this. We'll put the names out when we get 16 in. So if you know people who are Absolute 250 and under, come on out, man. Get a hold of Tim Thompson. I think they're actually doing $1,600. So
Nice.
bigger prize pool. So that's what we're trying to do at King of the Mat, guys. Is we are trying to make it so you guys get more money. That's kind of the thing. We want the guys to get paid more, and we're hoping that eventually one day we can make it so you guys get your $100 back, your buy-in back after you show up and make weight. I think that'd be a cool idea. So, it's $100 to get in. Absolute. You can try to choke me maybe, well, if you show up.
You're not going to enter the Absolute.
No, I'm not doing
Okay, thank God.
I'm not doing that.
I want your arms still attached.
But if you want to like come in like beforehand and try and choke me out, that's totally cool.
Yeah.
But thanks for guys. We'll see you next week. All right, Brad. Do you think the Brads are gonna make it? Are they gonna win
The
it?
Browns?
What's gonna happen with the Browns?
They only got 5 minutes left, so it's probably going to be, I don't know. I don't know who has the ball or anything. You're preventing my Browns watching.
We should make this go longer so Brad can't
Angering
go
me.
again. Brad's all mad.
In my
Thanks,
soul.
guys. Have a good one.